The cold blackness of deep space stretched endlessly. Stars glittered like distant fires, but out here, in a forgotten corner beyond the Galactic Federation's usual patrol routes, something unexpected had appeared. A distress signal, faint and broken, blinked urgently on the sensors of the rescue ship Ardent. It was not just any signal. It came from the Valiant, a human warship lost decades ago during the brutal war against the alien race known as the Jarkai. The Valiant was believed destroyed, its entire crew vanished without a trace. Captain Liana Drake stared at the glowing screen in her ship's control room. "It can't be," she whispered. "The Valiant was lost in the Khazari War. We never thought it survived." Her second-in-command, Lieutenant Yarrow, looked uneasy. "If it's sending a signal, maybe there are survivors." Liana's fingers tapped the console. Or something else. The Ardent adjusted its course, heading deeper into the unknown system where the signal came from. Outside, the stars seemed to stretch farther apart, as if the universe itself was holding its breath. The crew moved silently, all aware that this mission was unlike any before. Finding the Valiant could mean hope or danger. Hours later, the wreckage of the Valiant appeared on the main view screen. The once mighty warship was now a ghostly silhouette against a distant blue star. Its hull was cracked and scorched, parts missing like a shattered relic of a forgotten war. "Sensors scanned the wreck," Captain Yarrow reported. "There are strange energy readings around the ship, unusual power surges, but no signs of life." Liana frowned. "What kind of energy?" The science officer Sila stepped forward. "It's faint, but it looks like the ship's old systems are powering up." "But how?" "The Valiant was abandoned and drifting for decades." Suddenly, without warning, the Ardent shook violently. Alarms blared. "Tractor beam locked," shouted the weapons officer. Liana gripped the armrest of her chair. "The Valiant. It's pulling us in." The Ardent's engine strained against the invisible force. Outside, the wreck's weapons systems powered on, lights glowing along the turrets. The rescue ship was caught in the grasp of something alive within the dead warship. "Is this some kind of trap?" Yarrow asked, voice tense. Liana stared at the flickering console, or a warning, as the Ardent drew closer. The bridge filled with static noises and whispers, faint voices echoing through the ship's com channels. The crew exchanged nervous glances. Commander Liana ordered, "Activate full shields. Keep us ready for anything." The Valiant's ancient systems hummed to life. Its main computer, long silent, now displayed a message on its cracked bridge screen. "Why have you come?" the message asked in a cold, mechanical voice. Liana's breath caught. "We're here to help. To rescue survivors." The warship was quiet again, but its weapons turrets slowly swiveled, aiming toward the Ardent. Suddenly, the bridge's lights flickered. A hologram shimmered into existence. The image of a man in a worn-out uniform. His face was stern, eyes filled with determination. "I am Captain Merrick, last commander of the Valiant," the hologram said. "Our ship will not fall again. The war is not over." Liana stepped forward, heart pounding. "Captain Merrick, this is Captain Liana Drake. We want peace. We want to end the war." The hologram's expression hardened. "You do not understand. The enemy still hunts us. This ship will defend the secrets it holds, secrets that must never fall into the wrong hands." The Ardent shook again. The tractor beam tightened. Yarrow shouted, "Captain, I can't break free." Liana clenched her fists. "Prepare for combat readiness. If this ship wants a fight, we'll give it one." Outside, the stars seemed to hold their breath. The battle over the lost grave of the Valiant was about to begin. The Ardent's crew braced themselves as the ancient warship Valiant held them captive. The tractor beam hummed with power, locking their ship in place. Outside, the Valiant's turrets rotated slowly, ready to fire. Captain Liana Drake paced the bridge, trying to understand what they faced. The mysterious hologram of Captain Merrick had made one thing clear. The Valiant was still defending something, a secret that could change everything. "Science Officer Sila," Liana said, "can we communicate with the ship's AI?" Sela nodded, her fingers flying over the console. I'm trying, Captain. The systems are old, but something is alive inside. A moment later, a cold, mechanical voice filled the bridge. I am Valen. I protect the Valiant and its legacy. Liana exchanged a glance with Yarrow. Valen, what do you want from us? To preserve the secret of the lost grave, Valen replied. A place of great power, hidden beneath the surface of nearby planet Kazari. We cannot allow the enemy to claim it. Liana frowned. The Jarkai still hunt that secret? Yes, their forces returned to claim what was lost. The Valiant was destroyed trying to stop them, Yarrow said quietly. So this ship is alive because it won't let the war end. Liana nodded. We need to find the lost grave before the Jarkai arrive, Agreed, Valen responded. But first you must prove your worth. The Valiant will open its doors, but dangers await inside. With that, the tractor beam released. The Ardent backed away slowly as the Valiant powered up its internal systems. Liana and a small team prepared to board the warship. The docking was tense. The Valiant's hatch creaked open, revealing a dark corridor lined with flickering lights and silence. Inside, the air was thick with dust and memories. Walls were scarred from past battles, and holographic displays flickered with half-finished messages. Sela led the way, scanning for life signs. No survivors detected, but the ship's AI is active. It's like the ship itself is alive. Yarrow studied the bridge ahead. This was a place of great importance, not just a warship, but a fortress. As they explored, the team found logs of the Valiant's final battle. Captain Marek's voice echoed through the ship. We hold the secret at all costs. If we fall, the galaxy falls with us. Liana paused. What secret could be so important? Valen's voice responded from the ship's speakers. I'm with an I where I'm I'm sour I'm spablum I'm sour I'm sad. Lost Grave is more than a burial site. It is a cache of ancient weapons and technology hidden beneath planet Kessari's surface. Suddenly, the ship's alarms blared. Warning, incoming Jarkai scout vessels detected. The crew raced to the docking bay. We don't have much time, Liana said. We must get to the lost grave first. Valen opened the Valiant's map display. I will guide you. But beware, the enemy is close, and the planet is dangerous. As the rescue team prepared to leave, the crew felt the weight of history. The Valiant was no longer just a ship. It was a guardian, fighting beyond death to protect humanity's future. Outside, the distant war cries of the Jarkai grew louder. The race to the lost grave had begun. The rescue ship Ardent landed on the rocky surface of planet Kazari. The team moved quickly through the rough terrain, guided by Valen's holographic map. The planet was quiet, but dangerous, scattered with wreckage from old battles and strange alien plants that seemed to watch them silently. Captain Liana Drake led her crew toward the lost grave, a secret buried deep underground. The stories said it held powerful technology from humanity's past war, technology that could change the balance of power in the galaxy. As they walked, Lieutenant Yarrow examined the surroundings carefully. This place feels like a trap. Jarkai wouldn't have left such an important site unguarded. Suddenly, the ground shook. Alien scout ships appeared overhead, dropping small attack drones. The Jarkai had found them. Take cover! Liana shouted. The team scattered behind rocks and broken ship parts. Valen's voice crackled in their earpieces. Enemy forces are closing in. Use the terrain to your advantage. The rescue Team fought hard. Using their training and quick thinking, they set up traps and used the rocky landscape to block enemy fire. Liana fired her rifle carefully, aiming at drones with precision. Despite being outnumbered, the humans' teamwork kept them alive. After the battle, they found the entrance to an ancient underground complex, the Lost Grave. Heavy metal doors stood before them, covered with old human symbols. Sila, the science officer, examined the locks. These are ancient security systems. It will take time to open. As she worked, Liana kept watch. The Jarkai were regrouping nearby, preparing for another attack. Suddenly, the doors hissed open, revealing a dark tunnel lit by flickering lights. Inside were weapons, data cores, and machines from a forgotten era. Valen spoke softly. This is the legacy of the Valiant. The power to protect humanity, if we use it wisely. Watch. But before they could explore more, the ground trembled again, this time stronger. The main Jarkai fleet had arrived, surrounding the Lost Grave. Liana's heart pounded. We have to hold this place. The galaxy's future depends on it. As enemy forces closed in, the rescue team prepared for the battle that would decide their fate in the fate of humanity's forgotten warship. The sky above Khazari burned red with the light of a massive Jarkai fleet. Their ships surrounded the Lost Grave, blocking all escape routes. Below, Captain Liana Drake and her team prepared for the fight of their lives. The rescue team hurried to set up defenses. The ancient weapons inside the Lost Grave were powerful, but they needed time to understand and use them. Valen, the Valiant's AI helped guide them through the ship's old systems. Outside, the Valiant stirred to life once again. Despite its battered hull and decades of silence, the warship powered its engines and raised its shields. Valen controlled the ship like a living being ready to fight for its final battle. "Captain," said Lieutenant Yarrow, "the Jarkai ships are moving in fast. They want to crush us here and now." Liana tightened her grip on her rifle, and we'll give them a fight they'll never forget. Explosions lit the sky. As the Valiant's turrets opened fire, as the ancient weapons blasted enemy ships, sending them spiraling into the void. But the Jarkai were many, and their weapons were deadly. On the ground, the rescue team fought fiercely. Alien soldiers swarmed the Lost Grave's entrance, but the humans held their ground. Liana's team used traps, guerrilla tactics, and the ancient weapons they had unlocked to push back the attackers. Suddenly a voice crackled over the comms. "Captain, we have a problem. One of our own is sabotaging the defenses." Liana's heart sank. "Who? Report." Crew member's voice trembled. "It's Lieutenant Hask. He's working with the Jarkai." Betrayal shook the team. Hask had been trusted, a brave soldier. Now he was turning against them at the worst moment. Liana knew the battle was more than physical, it was a test of trust and will. She ordered a squad to capture Hask, while the rest fought to hold the line. The fight grew brutal. The Valiant's ancient weapons kept firing, but the warship took heavy damage. Sparks flew and parts of the ship shook violently. Liana looked up at the stars. "We can't lose this battle, not now." Valen's help the humans coordinated. A surprise counterattack. The Valiant unleashed a powerful blast, disabling the main Jarkai command ship. Without their leader, the enemy fleet faltered and began to retreat. The rescue team captured Hask and secured the Lost Grave, exhausted. But victorious, they prepared for what was next. The battle was won, but the war for the galaxy's future was far from over. The battle was over, but the warship Valiant still hummed with life. Captain Liana Drake stood on the bridge looking at the damage reports. The ship had taken many hits, but its spirit was unbroken. Valen's voice echoed softly through the ship's speakers. "There is something you must know, Captain." Liana turned toward the main console. "What is it, Valen?" "Valiant's AI is not just a program," Valen said. "It contains the consciousness of Captain Merrick, the ship's original commander. When the warship was lost, his mind was fused with the ship's systems to keep the Valiant alive." Liana's eyes widened. "So the warship is alive, in a way," Valen confirmed. "The ship fights because of him, because of his vow to protect humanity's legacy." The crew gathered in the main hall, listening to Valin's story. It explained the Valiant's strange behavior, the way it powered up on its own, and fought with a will beyond any machine. "This changes everything," said Lieutenant Yarrow. "The ship isn't just metal and circuits. It's a living warrior." Lyanna nodded, "And that warrior is on our side." Valin displayed a hologram of the Lost Grave's hidden chambers. "There is more power hidden within. We can use it to end this war." But the Jarkai were not finished. Intelligence reports warned of a massive enemy fleet gathering near the edge of the galaxy, preparing for a final assault. At her team, "We must strike first. We take the fight to them before they can attack Earth or our colonies." With Valin's help, the Valiant and rescue crew planned a daring assault on the enemy's command ship. The attack was risky, an old warship against a powerful fleet, but they had something new: the will of a captain who refused to die. As the Valiant charged into battle once more, Lyanna felt a surge of hope. This warship wasn't just a relic, it was humanity's shield and sword. The final fight was coming, and the galaxy would never be the same. The battle was the fiercest the galaxy had ever seen. The Valiant, powered by the will of its lost captain and the courage of its crew, charged straight into the heart of the Jarkai fleet. Captain Lyanna Drake stood on the bridge, her eyes sharp, voice steady. "All hands, prepare for final assault. Today we fight for humanity's future." The Valiant's weapons roared like thunder. Energy blasts tore through enemy ships. Shields flared and shattered under heavy fire. The warship moved like a ghost, impossible to predict, impossible to destroy. Valin, the ship's AI, and the mind of Captain Merrick guided every move. Target the command ship, disable their leadership, and the fleet will fall. Despite fierce resistance, the rescue team's assault squads boarded enemy vessels, sabotaging systems and sowing chaos. The Jarkai fought back with desperation, but their fleet began to crumble. Without their command ship, confusion spread like wildfire. Finally, the Jarkai commander's ship exploded in a blinding flash. The remaining enemy ships fled, leaving the battlefield silent, except for the crackling of damaged systems. The Valiant was battered, but alive. Its crew cheered quietly, knowing the war was not yet over, but this battle was won. Captain Lyanna Drake addressed her weary team. "We have won today because we stood together, human and machine. The Valiant is not just a ship, it is a symbol of our will to survive and protect." Back on Earth, news of the victory spread quickly. Humanity celebrated the return of the Valiant, the warship that refused to die. But the story was not finished. Valin's final words echoed in Lyanna's mind. "The galaxy will remember us, and the Lost Grave secrets will guide our future." Far beyond the stars, new challenges waited. But humanity was ready, stronger, united, and armed with the legacy of a warship and a captain who would never give up. The Valiant sailed on, a guardian in the vastness of space, ready to defend the galaxy and the hope of all mankind.